Hello students. Today I am going to teach you lesson Lost Spring written by Anish Jung. The lesson name is Lost Spring. As we all know, spring is the season of associated with optimism and hope. It also works as a metaphor for the childhood stage of our life. Right from the time we are born until late childhood, every child hopes for new beginning and new bright future. So guys, this lesson has been divided into two parts. The first part describes the writer's impression about the life of poor ragpicker who have migrated from Bangladesh and have now settled in the Simapuri area of Delhi. The second part describes the miserable condition of bangle maker in the town of Firozabad. So we are going to read the first part, the ragpicker. Let's start. Every morning, the writer sees a young ragpicker boy who visits the garbage dump near the house and searches for gold in it. The writer says that he searches for gold ironically because although the garbage dump is full of useless, thrown away things, still he shuffles it too so minutely as if he will get something as precious as gold from it. The writer name is Sahib. His name, his home in Dhaka was in the middle of lush green fields. They had left it many years ago, and he does not remember it anymore. His mother had told him that there were many storms which destroyed their homes and fields, so they left home and shifted to the city in search of gold. The writer again says, looking for gold in the big city. Gold here referred to the something precious which was not available in their hometown. Things like shoes, money, bags, etc. for the children and food, clothing, shelter as means of survival for their parents. The boys searches for such precious things in the garbage dumps. One day the writer asks questions Sahib and asks him the reason for shuffling through the garbage. Sahib replies to the writer, he has nothing else to do other than rag picking. The writer suggests that he should go to school. She realizes that her advice is meaningless for the poor boy. He replies that there are no school in the area where he lives. He also is sure that he will go to school when one is built near his house. The writer asks him jokingly that if she opened a school, would he attend it? Sahib says that he would join the school, and after a few days he runs up to her and asks whether her school is ready. The writer replied that it takes a lot of time to build a school. She felt ashamed at making a false promise. The writer had known Sahib for a few months, and when she asked him his name, he replied, as if he was making an announcement, that his name was Sahib Alam. The writer thought that the boy did not know the meaning of his name, Sahib Alam. If he came to know that his main name meant Lord of the Universe, he would never be able to believe it. His name was opposite to his life. He went around the streets with a group of friends. It was like an army of boys who did not wear any footwear. They appeared in the morning like the morning birds and disappeared at noon. The writer could recognize all of them as she had been seeing them for the past few months. The writer asked them, why was he not wearing any footwear? The boy simply replied this that his mother did not get them down from the shelf. As they were beyond his reach, he did not wear them. The writer narrates a story told to boy told to her by a man from Udupi When he was a young boy, he would walk to his school. On the way, he would cross a temple where his father worked as a priest. He would stop at the temple and pray to God to bless him with a pair of shoes. After 30 years, the writer visited the town and the temple. Now the place was nearly empty. The new priest lived in the backyard of the temple. Plastic chairs in red and white color were kept there. Young boy came running. He was wearing grey colored school uniform, socks, and shoes. He had a school bag hung on his shoulder. The writer went to say that the financial position of the priest at the temple had improved over the last 30 years. Now he could afford shoes for his children. Now the writer described the area where these ragpicker boys live, Simapuri, located on the outskirts of the Delhi, was very different from the capital of the country. In 1971, when these ragpickers had migrated from Bangladesh, the area had been a wasteland. Simapuri was still a wasteland, but now it was not empty as almost 10 structures made of mud with roofs made of thin sheets of tin plastic material. There was no sewage, drainage, or running water facility in the Simapuri. They live in unhygienic conditions. It was piece of wasteland where the garbage of the city was collected. The rag picker had been living illegally in the Simapuri for the last 30 years. They have occupied the area without government permission or ownership. The politicians of the area have provided them ration card and voter identity cards. They got grocery from the family through these ration card and in the return they cast their votes in favor of the politician who had helped him. Sahib was happy to see that sometime he found a rupee and even a 10 rupees note in the dump, as one often finds even a silver coin in the garbage dump. He kept on searching, hoping to find more. For the children, the garbage dump was means of fulfilling their dreams. One winter morning, the writer saw Sahib was standing by the fence of a club. He was watching a tennis game being played by two young men. Sahib liked the game but could not play it. He told the writer that he went inside the club when it would be closed. He was allowed to take swings by the guard there. The writer saw that Sahib was also wearing tennis shoes that did not look appropriate with his dress, which was worn out and had faded. He told the writer in the attempt to justify himself that someone gave him the shoes. One morning, the writer met Sahib, who was on his way to the milk booth. He was holding a steel container. He told her that he had got a job at the nearby tea stall. He would earn 800 rupees a month and get meals too. The writer asked him if he liked the job, as she could see that he had lost the carefree look, as now Sahib was working for someone else and was carrying his master container. He was burdened with responsibility. Earlier, as a rag picker, Sahib would carry his own bag and was his own master. Now he was not longer his own master. So, guys, this is the story of first part of Lost Spring, the rag picker. Sahib start working at a tea stall. He is paid 800 rupees and given all the meals, but now he is not free. He is no longer his own master. So, student, this is the first part of the Lost Spring written by Anish Jung. The Rag Picker. So read the story with care, and tomorrow the question will be given to you. Thank you and have a nice day.